Hello, everybody. Motor City Mad Mouse Show here to be joined by Raul Popo Aguirre Jr. And Raul, let's talk about how the defense has changed over the last couple of years.
Man, the defense has been great so far. In the past, I came in 2023, so I'll be going into my third year now, man. It's drastically changed. I say most importantly, it's just been communication. When we first came in, it wasn't really like that. And now with the Coach Heatherman coming in, he's a great teacher. I actually love him. Because he actually teaches you how to do things and, the why behind it. So I think we've taken a step drastically since I first came in here, once again with communication. And I think urgency is something we've definitely stepped on this year. And I would say it's probably the closest defense, like it's amongst each other. Like we're probably the closest we've been in 3 years. So, and this has only been in a couple months. So I think we're definitely going to have a really good year, but right now just focus on keep moving forward and going into fall camp. We had spring went well. We took a better turn and went in through the summer and learned more of the plays because of course it was a new playbook, but now we're all like hitting up on it. We have our own walkthroughs, just connecting amongst each other, man. I think we're going to have a really good fall camp and season.
I know the defense was a little bit of the Achilles heel down the stretch last year, and that probably cost you a little opportunity to go further into the playoff. Can you tell me what happened during that time frame down the stretch?
Yeah, so the past is past. We can't really do much about that, but I'd say it's definitely changed once again with communication, man. Just being able to communicate with each other and connect. Like I got to know what Bain's going through. I got to know what Mezzi's going through. We're more connected in that sense, and we know how to play for what we're playing for. I'm playing for someone, you know what I'm saying? It's more detailed than just I'm playing with this guy on the field. I know exactly who's behind me, who's in front of me. So I think it's now looking at it now, it's going to be way better because we're connected, and the communication part of it is very well, which I feel like we didn't have in the past couple of years.
Fair enough. Okay, let's talk about Cam Ward last year. How much did you enjoy playing with him last year?
Yeah, honestly, I enjoyed it 100%. I felt like there's no better player I've been around, than him. Being able to play against a guy like that in practice or whatever, just see all the throws and whatever, be against it. Him talk trash to me, I talk trash to him. But I see why he got picked number one. He's best player. But I've seen it back when he first came in the spring, so I'm excited for him, and I'm sure he's going to do very well over there.
You bring up an interesting point, though, about talking trash. How much do you enjoy talking trash to the other player, and what do you actually gain out of it psychologically?
So honestly, once again, it's like knowing that's my brother, so it's like knowing him and goofing around with him, knowing little points to get to him or whatever, But like honestly, it just gets me going, man. I love the game of football, and I've always have since I was a kid. So it's part of me having fun, giggling around with it, and sometimes you get in their head or whatever, But that's just something, a part of my game I like to do,
Enter Carson Beck into the equation. What's it been like to work for him? I know he comes in with a lot of expectations. There's been so much talk about his background in terms of, the NIL stuff. But now you have a chance to see this guy perform on the field, and this is his team. And how much are you guys going to be able to support and give him some defensive help?
I mean, honestly, when we first came in, we already seen how elite he was, just being how smart he is. Coming from a school like that, we already knew that. But now I think him connecting with the other players and all that is something that I love, and he's been doing, we're connected with him. It already feels like he's been here, you know what I'm saying? So I think, man, everybody knows he's an elite player. Now it's just as far as us connecting with him, how we do that, we're already doing that. So I think I think he's a really good player, and I think he's going to have a really good season this year.
How explosive can this offense be?
It can be really good, man. Of course, just going against these guys every day, man. They're already explosive. I already know what they can do. You know what I'm saying? Now we're just going to show the world. But a lot of talent across the field.
Coach Mario Cristobal, you've been with him now 3 years. What are your thoughts about what he's brought to you, not only as a player but as a person? Because I know the one thing, if there's anybody that is a Miami Hurricane through and through, it's definitely Coach Cristobal.
Yeah, man. Just seeing a guy like that, this man eats, sleep, and, does everything, with football and the University of Miami, man, is something, the best role model you can have, a captain, a leader. He's just a teacher, man, all around, since I've been here 3 years, every little thing, he's been able to help players out on and off the field. So that's something that, I definitely love about him, and he's able to connect with the players, but how much he wants to win, we understand that, and that rubs off on us. So I just, man, absolutely love him. I think with him, he's a really good coach whatsoever.
Everybody has a really good attitude around here that tomorrow it starts. But in the back of your mind, I know you've had a chance to look at the schedule a little bit. At least you look at who your opponents are. And the ones that I can see, despite my vision going down south, is Notre Dame, Florida, South Florida, and a lot of bigger name opponents. Is there ever a mind when you think about the opportunity when you play big-time college football that you can play against a Notre Dame and Florida? Of course, you saw Florida last year, so it shouldn't be a big deal. But Notre Dame on the schedule on a national TV game says an awful lot about what you have to look forward to.
Yeah. I look at it like every game is a big game. Nowadays in college football, every game, any given team can beat you. So looking at it like, man, week 1 is going to be week 1, week 2 is going to be week 2. I'm not looking to who we're playing, how big the opponent might be. We just focus on us. Biggest thing I love about Cristobal, he's always said the only team that could be Miami is Miami. So we make sure we are on top game. We don't care about any other people's game, just on our game, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to make sure we're well prepared, we're filmed when that time comes, everything. But right now we're focused on being the best we can be, and that's having a great day tomorrow and having a great fall camp.
I know he's not your position coach, but let's face the reality. You guys know a lot of the coaches on this staff. From an overall standpoint, what does Jason Taylor bring to the coaching staff, knowing that he's played in the NFL anyways? He's part of this coaching staff. He's been here for a while, and he knows what it's like to play, not only coach here, but he's also been in the NFL.
Yeah, man, I'll say most sort of like the itching feeling, man. Go Jason Taylor, man. I've been here going on my 3rd year. Great coach, great man. Great leader, of course. I'm a linebacker. He's a D-line coach, but he's still able to tell us what we have sometimes, or help us out on key points and all that. So I think he's a fantastic coach, man. Being able, I goof around with Malik Bryan and Ruben Bam. I'm like, I have a leader. I have a guy that's that's done it before. So of course, as a player, and we've done this all our life. Seeing a guy that's been there and done this, of course, it definitely makes us more hungry, and all his advice and all that makes us react a little differently and, soak all it in a little better and all that. So it's wonderful.
Two more questions. Number one, what are the expectations for the Canes this year? I know, whether strengths or weaknesses, you've learned from last year at the beginning, but now you go into a fresh start. So do you have any specific expectations? Let's not kid ourselves. That schedule's a challenging one.
No, so we got a lot of them, man, but one of them I think that's the key one is just take one game at a time. We can control what we do. We control our own destiny. We're not focused on no other team around here. In the first game, no, we're not worried about none of that. So just sticking together, and we control what we can do, but that takes one game at a time.
What are your strengths and weaknesses?
With me, out of my first 2 years of being here, and now coming to my 3rd one, I've developed very good mindset, on the field and off, but just being able to process the playbook a lot better. I think that's something I've definitely became a strength of mine, and now with Coach Heatherman coming in and bringing in a new playbook, I'm able to help others and not just myself, but definitely being ahead on that. Play recognition and all those things, physicality and all that. And then some other things I feel like maybe I'll touch up on and I've been working on, and just staying healthy, being more in the training room, and, focusing on things I can do to keep my body more loose and not injured, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And my final question, how'd you get the name Popo?
So Popo, if people don't know, my dad is Cuban, so we went down here to Columbus and Miami. So that was just something that, when I was going to daycare in Hialeah, they just used to say, and my parents just stuck with it when I was 5, 6, and when I went up to move to Georgia when I was 9, 10, I just kept it all my life.
All I can tell you is I look forward to talking to you again later this year, but it's been a great start today. Well, all the best to you, my friend. Thank you so much for your time.